A lot has happened in the past week and a half. The tax thing was like 8 days ago. Remember that? And then we had the debate, the worst debate in American history. And then everybody got coronavirus all in 1 week. It's not an October surprise, it's October apocalypse at this point. So what effect is this going to have on the election? And we don't know for sure yet, but polls are starting to come in. And according to one being reported from the Wall Street Journal, Joe Biden now leads the president 53-39 among registered voters in this poll. It was conducted 2 days after the debate. So this does not incorporate Trump getting COVID, but it does get the tax story and the debate and all of that. Now that's registered voters, not likely voters, which I don't prefer, but you can compare it against the same poll earlier on. And earlier on, last month, he had an 8-point lead. That has jumped to a 14-point lead. It even exceeds the biggest lead he's ever had in this poll back in July when he was up by 11 points. So it appears that this was a pretty big swing in just 1 month, at least on that poll. So Francesca, I think we can probably just sit this out and just relax now.
Yeah, it's in the bag.
Probably.
Vote green, JK, please don't. Please
don't start anything.
Please, if you're in a swing state, please don't vote green if you're in a swing state. Okay, I'm done. I'm not starting anything. Oh my God, this is not just the most important election of our lifetime. Look, I think the president needs to heal, and I think he needs to stop fake projecting strength. But it is unquestionable that this came at a terrible, terrible time. A month out before the election, it is not looking good. Now, again, that doesn't mean he's not going to try and steal it. Doesn't mean he's going to claim victory the night of if it seems like he's ahead in in-person ballots and in-person polling. But of course there's gonna be a dip. I can only imagine how, not just after the debate where he proved he was completely unpresidential, unable to shut up, unable to stay on topic, unable to show Biden some amount of respect, that then on top of that, clearly the crisis he's mishandled has come home to roost. And so, yeah, I wonder what the numbers are gonna be like later this week or even next week. And of course we can't get comfortable, but yeah, it's this, after the debate, it was interesting because it was like, I don't know, do people like that? Well, not enough people like constant interrupting and disrespect and bringing up a son's drug addiction. Like,
yeah,
not enough.
No, and I got news for you. Like the people who are like, they're just hot for like you to mock the drug addiction of a son or whatever. They already like Trump and they're already voting for Trump at this point. So let me give you a little bit more information. So this is from that poll. Women favor Biden by 27 points. He was already up in that group 20 points last month. It might be that debate, maybe, but it's not just women. Men 50 years and older moved from a 13-point advantage for Trump in a pre-debate NBC News Wall Street Journal poll to a 1-point advantage for Biden in the latest poll. So older men, so women who outnumber men are gonna be more for Biden. Now you have the older men, that's like Trump's bread and butter right there. Literally people who just eat bread and butter, that's all they do. They're now going for Biden as well. By the way, so this is all not about the COVID. We don't have a lot of polls for that yet. They're coming, we'll talk about them when we get that. But the poll found that 65%, including 9 in 10 registered Democrats and 5 in 10 registered Republicans agree that, quote, if President Trump had taken, this is a different poll, had taken coronavirus more seriously, he probably would not have been infected. So even half of registered Republicans are like, yeah, he probably could have dodged that one a little bit. And almost every single Democrat. Now, will that translate to votes for Biden? I don't know. Seems reasonable. So as polls start to come out over the next few days, it might incorporate all that we've seen over the past 3 days since his diagnosis.
He's losing seniors in Florida, John. Like, you don't want to talk about bread and butter. That's the flour that they use to make the bread and the cow to make the butter of Trump's base. Seniors in Florida, and this is, again, it could have been the heroic saving grace of this presidency. Ooh, a crisis. We actually confront the crisis. We take it seriously. It's affecting the elderly. Let's not forget them, champion them. Oh, I was just impeached. No big deal. Like, not even gonna focus on that. All he had to do was try. And again, I think the media would have rolled out the red carpet for him as long as we weren't #1 in deaths and #1 in cases. The media would have been like, look, the man is trying. If he had shown minimal empathy, he would have gotten a W on this one, and he hasn't. And he's burrowed himself in his own lies further and further and further. And yeah, older people who aren't leaving the house. I mean, look, in Florida, like, you think you would you go outside if you were over the age of 65? No.
There's no, I don't think they do normally.
Break. They don't do normally anyway, but like, I would never go out if I were over 65 just because I don't want to die. And I'm too scared to. And the only time you might go out is to vote. So at least it might actually just keep people home. Or these are dependent voters. They sort of vote every single year, every single election. Or they might just, flip and cast a vote for Biden.
Yeah, we'll see. Now I want to close out the polls with one additional thing. We don't touch base with this all that often, both because we have sort of a fraught relationship with this organization and its figurehead. But also, if you're a Trump fan, then you're gonna want to bookmark this moment to throw in our face afterward, because the polling is not looking good for Donald Trump. It's still weeks away, and God only knows what can happen. This week is a reminder of that. But as of right now, in the 538 forecast, Biden wins in 81 out of 100 simulations of the election. So every time they run the numbers, he wins. Not just the popular vote, but the electoral college as well. And if you look, at like the sort of break point on when he gets enough electoral college votes, there's a couple states of buffer. So Trump really does need something big to break in his direction if he wants to legitimately win this thing. But everyone needs to remember the laws of the 2020 election that we have been laying out. One, that it's not election day, it's at least election week. And two, that Trump is not trying to win this thing on the numbers. He is trying to sow doubt and discord so that he can nullify the mail-in ballots afterward. And it doesn't matter if Biden gets, a ton of votes if the votes don't count. So you still got to go out there and vote. Doesn't matter what the simulations show. And you have to be ready for a battle, potentially illegal, potentially Supreme Court battle after election day.
Election month.
Possibly election month. That's what John Oliver was calling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone should watch that episode of John Oliver. It's a very good thing about the election. You thought we were going to get through a day without mentioning him.
No, got to mention him. That's okay.
We're good.
Yeah.
Anyway. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.